Psychic guidance is meant to help you see what you haven't been able to see, meant to give you what you haven't been able to get for yourself, and then use that information in order to take action to change your life. Have you ever had a psychic reading? Ever asked a question that you wanted psychic guidance on? For most people, this is a very powerful thing, but I've also found that a lot of people don't really understand what is available to them inside of psychic guidance. So this week on the Psychic Within podcast, I am answering some questions that were given to me by my audience, and I'm really excited to be able to do this because I want to share with you guys a couple things. So a lot of the times I do psychic readings differently and I teach psychic readings differently. And the psychic guidance that I'm going to share with you guys here today is going to be very specific and very tailored to the exact person who's asking the question. However, as I've always taught and I always share, and I see some other psychics disagree with this, but I'm going to tell you, when somebody asks a question and I'm delivering psychic guidance, it's directly for them. But spirit is also ever expanding and all inclusive, which means that if I'm answering somebody's question and it resonates with you and you're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed, take it as for you. Because that's what happened. Although as a psychic, I am tuning into your energy. I am looking at your future, your past, whatever is contained within inside the answer of your question. It doesn't mean that spirit isn't putting little tidbits and little exciting things in for the other people around you. So as you're listening here today, maybe this is your first time seeing me. Maybe you're joining me live because I am doing this live. If there's something that I say that you needed to hear that resonates with you, I want you to take it as a direct message for yourself. I don't do the whole, if somebody asks a question, nobody else can get the answer. If it is that way, I will tell you. I will be very specific and say, this is only for this person, mainly because, and when I say that, it's because somebody else on the call thinks it's for them, and their guides are coming in saying it is not for them. We need to make sure they know it's not for them, for somebody else. So I will say that, okay? So as we're sitting here today, I'm going to read off some questions that were submitted by the audience, and I'm going to be answering those questions. This is going to help you to understand the benefits of psychic guidance, because one of the most beautiful ways to grow your business, to change your life, to move forward, to be healthier, to manifest, to have a fulfilling relationship is through psychic guidance. Psychic guidance isn't meant to tell you what to do. It's meant to give you an opportunity to tune into yourself and to really feel how it feels. And that is something I advise all of my clients to do, is to make sure that when they're receiving the guidance, so if, as I'm channeling here for you today, as you're listening to this, if I answer your question and it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. Do not take it. You can just let that go. You don't have to think about it. If it comes back around, or if 4 days from now, you're like, wow, actually, what Carrie said really feels good, then you take it. Otherwise, you don't. Because no matter if it's psychic guidance or an authority figure or an expert or somebody who's in charge of you, I don't care who it is. If something doesn't resonate with you and doesn't feel good throughout your body, it isn't for you. You're not meant to take it. So as you're navigating here today, as I'm delivering this message, I really want you to be able to run that information through your body. And I want you to decide what feels most aligned for you. So we are going to get started. I'm going to go down these questions. I'm going to answer them. And whatever resonates with you, even if it's not your question, I want you to really sit with that, and I want you to take it, and I want you to implement it. Psychic guidance is meant to help you see what you haven't been able to see, meant to give you what you haven't been able to get for yourself, and then use that information in order to take action to change your life. Okay. So the first one, I actually really love this question. And the first two questions I picked because I really feel like these are questions that the collective as a whole has. Okay. Simarus, and I might be saying this name wrong, but I know he knows who he is. He asked, why am I so energetically drained? And I'm going to tell you that there are so many people, including master psychics and master healers, who are feeling incredibly drained right now. So I'm going to address the collective, then I'm going to go in personal. So as for the collective, there is a lot of energy that's going around right now. There's a lot of shifting, there's a lot of purging, and there's a lot of realignment. When that happens, it is pulling on your energy because that realignment, that readjusting, and that purging, what happens when we're doing that is things have to come up that are deep within inside. Now, this is happening collectively. So it's happening to everybody. The rate at which you're feeling it, the intensity at which you're feeling it is a personal thing. So, as we are purging, it's pulling things from deep within. This is exhausting. Healing is exhausting. Working through trauma is exhausting. Making changes is exhausting. Looking at truth that's held within inside of you is exhausting. If it wasn't exhausting emotionally, mentally, and physically, we would do it all the time. But right now, the universe is forcing that inside of you. It's forcing everybody to do that. So, as this energy momentum is building and it's pulling on you, it is going to feel exhausting. It's going to feel overwhelming for some people. It's going to feel as if you don't want to do anymore. You could have headaches. Your body could be tired. You could have aches within inside your body. You could feel as if you get out of breath really quickly. You could get headaches. You could get dizzy. You could just feel like you need a lot more sleep, or like the things that you used to do in the past feel exhausting. All completely normal. Okay. All completely normal. What's going to be so important for everybody is to address what comes up. So as you're feeling this, I want you to tune into your body and I want you to ask, why am I feeling this? What do I need to know? Show me what it is that I need to work through, and then pay attention to what's going on within inside your life. Now, Marie, specifically for you, what's happening is that there are major changes within inside two aspects. So within inside what you're thinking about yourself and what you're thinking about yourself in specific to success, as well as the way in which you show up in your business, or they're telling me in your life's work. So these are the two areas that you're being asked to look at right now. And what's happening is that as the things are coming up, there's huge resistance because of the fact that this is going to expose a very vulnerable part of yourself. And what they keep saying to me is that he doesn't believe he can do it. He doesn't believe he can do it. He feels like he's a failure. So even if you're not consciously thinking these things, this is what's coming up with inside that energy. This is what's coming up for you to specifically address. As this comes up and as you start addressing it, thinking about the success that you're able to have, how much you believe in yourself in that success, and what it really looks like for you to make your business successful and to believe in yourself to be able to make that successful, the energy is going to feel lighter because there's things that are going to come up that you're going to look at, that you're going to work through, that you're going to move through. And then you're going to be able to start taking some action. But this is really, really important. They're telling me that your time is now to work through this because I feel as if you've almost like given up on it. You've almost been like, nah, it's not for me. It's not working. And they're telling you it is. This is the reminder of your calling and what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So that's for you. The next question is by Cindy. And this one I love as well because you can take this and make this your own. So Cindy asks, what is the best way to handle energy drainers such as web developers? So she's specifically dealing with web developers that feel like they're taking your energy. Now, just like I said in the last answer, there are a lot of things that are going to feel like it's draining your energy, and people are one of them. And the reason people are going to feel like they're draining your energy is because people right now, everyone's being triggered. Everybody is also, we are in a space of stepping into pretty much the highest version of yourself. We are at the end of a cycle. At the end of a cycle, you reach the pinnacle of who you are. You reach this level of, I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm moving everything out of my way in order to make that happen. Now, ideally, we want to be in a space of like highest vibration when we get there, but not everybody is. So what happens is that our ego can be triggered because we feel all this ending, this completion, this highest level possible. And when people feel that in a misaligned way, meaning that their ego is what's triggering that, their ego is what's leading them, they're going to be looking for validation, looking for confirmation, and looking for power inside of other people. So if you're shining your light really bright, they can be leaning into that, trying to take it. If they are very secure in their knowing and you are not, or they think they're secure in their knowledge, their knowing, their wisdom, they're going to push that on you. One of the things that the world is calling for right now is leaders, people to step into what they know, step into their knowledge and share that with others. So people are going to be very pushy. People are going to want to do what they want to do because they're supposed to be completing a cycle. So for you specifically, Cindy, as you're navigating through this, what it looks like a power struggle. So one person saying, no, this is what's actually going to work. You're tuning into what you feel is going to work, and you're batting heads, you're hitting heads, whatever the term is. And this doesn't feel really good. So, what's going to be very important for you is to tune into your power, is to really sit in your own personal power, not that ego power, but that soul power, that truth, that knowing, that higher self activation, that connection with your soul. Really tune into what is most aligned for me, standing in that power in a really powerful way, and then expressing that. Say, hey, this is what I'm really looking for within inside my website. I'd love for it to look like X, Y, and Z. If you can't do that, that's okay. And I totally understand. But if you can, that's where I want to move into. So it's that powerful space, not this is what I need, this is what I want. That's not power, that's ego. So it's really being self-assured and really connecting with what you want, trusting your intuition, and then asking if that's something they can fulfill. If not, it might be time to break that contract and to move in a different direction. Okay. The next one is for KO. These are her initials. She knows who she is. Okay. This is I'm 15 and a half weeks pregnant with a little boy. And my mom, who hasn't been in contact with me for the last 3.5 years, it has been in contact with my sister and her little boy, but hasn't reached out to me. Should I reach out to my mom? And it's interesting because the answer is yes and no, and I'm going to tell you why. So ultimately, the answer is yes. It's going to be more fulfilling for you, and it's going to feel as if something is missing if you don't, but do not do it yet. That's why the answer is no. Okay. So before you reach out to your mom, and there is this aspect of meeting her. There is this aspect, it's this beautiful thing of tapping into this beautiful mothering energy, witnessing the mother that's blossoming inside of you, and it pulls you back to your mom. However, you're going to feel as if you're going back to your mom in the same place you left off, and that's not going to help. It might be very toxic, and it just feels like a lot of disappointment if you do that. So although the answer is yes, before you do that, you have to work through your things. You have to work through the things that you were dealing with your mom to begin with. Again, there is this energy of a power struggle, of being misunderstood on both ways. So you're misunderstanding her, she's misunderstanding you, as well as there is this energy of bringing it in, of accepting your mom for who she is and how she is. Now, what's going to really help you with this is once you work through that and do that accepting energy, the forgiveness energy, accepting energy, clearing any resentment that you hold, anything like that, clearing that, what's also going to be really important is for you to be able to set up really, really strong boundaries. That's absolutely necessary, these boundaries. And the reason these boundaries are necessary is because this isn't about just restarting this relationship and having it be the exact way it was. It's about getting back into this relationship in a different way, one that feels more supportive for you, one that has really strong boundaries where you feel like it's created in the energy that you desire for it to be. So pretty much you're in control without needing to control it. You're orchestrating the energetics, and it feels really good for all of you. So this is one of those things. And one of the things that they're saying is your mom doesn't have to accept you or accept what you're doing in order for her to be in your life. So I want you to decide how much you want her to be in your life and what that's going to look like, and then invite her into that space. But you are going to have to reach out to her. There's a lot of hurt feelings on the other end. Okay. The next one is for the IG handles the body amazing. And this question is, what is the exact next step I need to take on my path to thriving in my life's purpose? So this is really good. So one of the things that I see, and I know you want the exact next steps, and I'm assuming that means more of like an action step, but here's what I'm going to tell you. You don't even trust what your life's purpose is. One of the things that they're showing me is that you're looking for something really big and you're looking for something so profound, but you're missing the steps you need to take in order to get there. And the steps are a smaller version of that profound purpose. And so you're missing, they keep saying you keep overlooking it. You keep missing exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So instead of thinking really big, what they're telling me is I want you to think of the next immediate person you can help. And I want you to help that person. And then I want you to think of the next immediate person that you can help. And I want you to help that person. And as you're doing it, one of the things that you have to trust is that your purpose is being built along the way. They're telling me there is no stepping into this huge thing all at once. It just isn't. It's going to keep, you're going to feel like you step and it's going to push it away. You feel like you step and it's going to push it away because your purpose is to truly help one individual at a time. And as you do that, this huge unfolding is going to open where you're going to see, and it has like a very healing base to it. And you're going to see that you're helping many, 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 many people all at once, and you actually know how to do it. You will not understand how to do that, nor will you be able to embody how to do that if you're not helping that one person at a time. So they're telling me stop overlooking what you already are doing, which is actually part of the purpose. Okay. The next one is for Leslie D, and I really love this one because this also has to do with a greater collective. So Leslie says, why have so many stepped away from their healing practices? I've noticed this as well. And choose to focus on something more tangible or move in a completely different direction. I as well have been doing it. So it's kind of along the lines of why are people doing this and what's going on? So as I said before in the very first answer, this is a completion year. In the completion years, you're being asked to step fully in. Like just immerse yourself in who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. That's scary. That scares the heck out of a lot of people. As you're doing it, and as a lot of people are doing it, specifically you, so I'm speaking directly to you, but this will pertain to a lot of people, there's huge resistance because you want validation, but it's not giving it to you. You want it to be easy because this is your purpose, but it's not. So what's happening is because they don't see, people aren't seeing the results, you're not seeing the results, it doesn't feel comfortable to you, there's not that validation, it feels like a lot of work, it's super overwhelming, and it's triggering shadow aspects within inside of you, self-saboteur, it's triggering even inner child, and I also see like a past life mixed in there for you specifically. Self-saboteur, inner child, past life are all for you specifically. And so it's easier just to turn away, and it feels really good when you turn away. So when it feels really good, people are like, oh, this must be the right way to go. But it's not. Right now, we're being asked to step into the uncomfortable, to witness the amazingness about ourselves. And in order to do that, we have to address the things that are actually keeping us from doing that. And that's what this is asking you to do. So I do know in your question, you said that you're starting to tap back in. It's feeling really good. What's going to be really important is to tune into who you really are and what you're supposed to be doing. As you do that, it's going to feel a lot better. Don't look for validation. Don't look for confirmation for the universe because you're not going to get it till it starts feeling and you hold that trust within inside of you. It feels good. You're holding the trust and you're moving forward in that energy. Okay. Next is for Victor. Also love this question because there's something I can help you with and I have it for you and it's completely free. Okay. But I'm also going to answer your question. So Victor says, I do not know where I am stuck at energetically, and I feel I tried too hard and too much. A desire to communicate with my awesome guides, but I'm unable to hear them. Guidance. So first of all, Victor, if you haven't listened to my Spirit Team Masterclass, it is completely free. The link is going to be down below in the show notes. If you're watching the replay of this, I want you to listen to it. Because inside of that masterclass, it actually walks you through ways to communicate with your guides, why guides are so important, why we sometimes can't connect with them. It's going to help you to have a deeper understanding of working with guides, okay? Everyone can check that out. It's available for everybody. But for you specifically, I agree with you. You're trying too hard and you're pushing. Okay, and I want you to think about this. When we're connecting with guides, it's an energetic connection, and the energy needs to be flowing into you. So our energy should be almost like receding and opening. So I want you to see, like, it makes me think of, I played softball in college. When you catch a ball, you don't push your hand forward to catch the ball. You just don't. As the ball comes in, you almost like you move with the ball. So as it reaches, you start to move your hand back and you catch it. That's how we channel. We don't push our energy out to connect with our guides. We don't, and that's what you're doing. We don't push our energy. We don't like go here and go there and go there. We set an intention. We focus on what we want, and then we back and receive. We back and open to receive, and we want to keep our energy back and inside our heart space, or keep our energy just right here within inside of our throat chakra and open. That is going to allow you to communicate with your guides better. I also am going to encourage you to be super patient in the fact of ask your guides a question and let it go. Don't look for the answer immediately. This is a phenomenal way to learn how to connect with your guides. Is as you ask them a question, sit in the morning, ask them a question, and then wait for the answer as you go about your day. Go about your day, but pay attention to signs, pay attention to words that you hear other people speak, pay attention to downloads that you get, because those are your guides answering those questions. As you continue to do that and you build your trust, you're going to be able to sit and ask your guides questions and receive that immediately. Okay. Next one is for Olivia. Olivia says, I'm looking to step fully into my business in ways I haven't before. Where should I focus my attention to gain visibility and create the momentum I'm desiring? All right. So I love this. This is really good. And I think it's super important. One of the things that I want you to do, there's two things that I want you to do. I want you to double down on your belief in yourself and the value that your services offer. Now, I can even hear you saying, I do. But one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to sit with yourself and make that statement. I want you to be connected to your body, and I want you to say, I 100% believe in what I do, who I am, and the value. I want you to pay attention to the reaction in your body. I want you to find that reaction in your body, and I want you to ask, why do I have this reaction? That's going to be your answer as to what you need to heal in order to truly, truly, truly believe in who you are and what you do. The second thing I want you to do, I just want you to share authentically. What it feels like is you're writing to convince people. It feels as if, and I haven't read your post, it's just strictly energetically, okay? It feels as if you're trying to prove who you are and what you do and convince them that they need it. I don't want you to convince anybody. I want you to hold that energy of knowing and of trust and of certainty. And I just want you to share. I just want you to share stories. One of the things that messes psychics up a lot is that they try to create content in a way that marketers tell them to create instead of just in their true voice. You're a channel. You're a channel. There's nothing more powerful in your marketing than your own channel. I want you to be tapped into who you are. I want you to tap into that channel. And I just want you to share authentically. We are not convincing. We are not proving. We are not validating. We don't even have to over-explain what we do. I want you to hold the energetics of who you are and what you do, and you're going to watch people come in. Okay? Next one is Nikki. And Nikki said, there wasn't really a question in here, but I'm going to create my own question. Okay. Nikki said, I feel like I'm lost right now. I feel incapable of going backwards, but like there is a wall pushing me down and I feel incapable of moving forward. Okay. When I look at your energy, Nikki, it is because you're trying to make this. I agree with you. You are completely stuck right in the middle, completely stuck, 100% hands down. And it feels as if you haven't actually made a decision. One of the things that I see with inside this energy is it's like a battle of faith and beliefs. So it's like there's a belief of something. You have this belief. You want to believe it so bad, but there's something in the back of your mind that says, but what if? There's something in the back of the mind that comes in and says, but is that right? And it feels like there's this battle of faith. And when I say faith, I mean something bigger than just a belief. Like, am I going to be successful? That's a belief. A faith is this truly something good that I'm doing? Is God going to approve of this? Is this what I'm here to do? Is this who my soul is meant to be? Is this what my truth really is? So those are the faiths. And it really does look like a battle of faith, meaning that you have two competing faiths and you're not sure which one you truly align with. So what's going to be super, super powerful for you is I want you to take a step back and stop going forward or backward. I just want you to be here. You don't have to go backward. No one's ever supposed to go backward. Ever. And you might say to me, and this is what they're showing me, is that, well, I used to do this before and it feels really good, but I can't go backward. Just because you did something before and you want to do it again doesn't mean you're going backward. Okay. And I want you to switch that belief. That's not faith, that's a belief. I want you to switch that belief. I want you to look at, wait a second, even if I'm doing something that I was doing before, I'm actually doing it in a different energy. I'm doing it in a different way. I'm doing it in a different space. I'm doing it for different people, whatever that is, and look at it as something different. But you're not going to be able to go backward or forward until you address those faiths, the faith that you have. So I really want you to, like, in your mind's eye, push the energy back from backward, push the energy forward from forward. And the reason you can't go forward is they're not letting you until you address this. And this is where I just want you to sit in the moment. And I just want you to ask, what is actually my truth? What do I truly believe? It is not like, what should I be doing? It is, what do I truly believe? And you're going to ask, which faith do I align with? The one that doesn't bring you fear. The one that does not bring you fear. And if you have fear around one that you really want to align with, remove the fear and change the understanding of that faith. That's going to be super, super important. And it really does feel like you're battling between God and spirituality, and they can be one and the same. Okay. So that's what I really want you to look at. And they're showing me that the reason that you're sick right now is because of the fact that there's so much truth held within inside your chest, like in your throat chakra and heart space, but it's truth, it's held within inside your chest that you are just not letting come out. I want you to be able to open up and release that and let that flow. Okay. The next one is for Christy. Christy said, I'm tired of spinning my wheels with this question. And it was interesting when I read this, I was like, girl, okay, the question is who I help and how do I help them? And what's the major pain point? So you absolutely are a healer. You help women to really find their true purpose and their path in life and release the things that are preventing them from moving into that space. So you're really helping women tap into their true divine wisdom and as well as their that like divine energy that they hold. I call it divine essence. You can call it what you would like and embody that in order to make really confident, really powerful decisions in their life, which seems to be what you're struggling with as well. So one of the things that I want you to do is look at where can you access your power? Where can you ignite that divine essence within inside of you in order to step into this? The pain point that these women are feeling is that they do not have a clear direction in life. They do not know what they're doing or how to get there. You do know how to help them. You might feel struggling helping yourself, but if I said to you, here is a woman that she doesn't know what she wants in life, she doesn't know how to get it, and there's things blocking her way, you would say, I can help her. I want you to see that woman and I want you to walk her through that process. I want you to walk her through a process in your content. I want you to walk her through that process as if you were doing it as well. But those are the women that you help in absolutely healing energy. The next question is for Eloise. And Eloise says, is self-publishing or traditional publishing going to create the most traction for my business? And the answer is neither. Neither of them are. It's not that you're not supposed to publish this book, you can, but the momentum comes from you. Whether you self-publish it or whether you traditional publishing, and I will tell you what, they want you to know that the traction is actually coming from you and the book is the support from it. So the book is going to support the traction that you're taking. So one of the things that they're saying is they don't want you to hide behind this book. They want you to be the face of your business. What they're showing me is that it's going to be quicker and you're going to be able to use it more if you self-publish it. If you traditionally publish it, and they're telling me one other thing, if you traditionally publish it, it's going to take longer and it's going to start to feel heavy and the book's going to start to feel heavy and it's going to start to feel like, is this a waste of my time? If you self-publish it, you're going to be using it as a tool and as proof and as authority marker for who you are and what you do, and it's going to support you building the traction in your business. Then there is a possibility that a publishing company could pick it up because you have really stepped in behind it and built the energy behind that book. But the book isn't building the traction. You are building the traction by using the book, and using the book, self-publishing, is the best way to do it. Okay? I hope that helps. Amazing, you guys. I do not have time for any live questions. This was so helpful. I want to remind you that if there's something that I said here that really resonated with you, that you are like, oh my God, this is amazing. I need to take this information and implement it for myself, please do. Spirit is ever expanding, all encompassing. And when Spirit gives a message, it is for those who are ready to receive it. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me live on the Psychic Within. If you're on my channel, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to join me live and hear one of these live recordings or get to ask a question on a live recording, whether we're doing a roundtable, I'm channeling to my next live, which is every Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.